Order. Good evening and welcome to the City of Charlestown Redevelopment Commission meeting for February 11, 2025. Please rise as we begin with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Do a roll call vote. Anita Payton.
Here.
Bobby Brooks.
Here.
John Spencer.
Here.
Derek Combs is present. Chuck Deaton is absent. He may be in later. He comes in, we'll update the notes. We do have quorum. Moving on to the approval of minutes. You provided a copy of the January 7th regular meeting minutes and January 15th executive session minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve those minutes.
I'll second it, please.
Have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? If there's no further discussion, I'll ask for a vote to approve. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Provided a copy of the claims for the previous month. I'll ask if there's a motion to approve the claims.
Make a motion to approve.
A second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? Ask for a vote to approve. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Moving on to our presentation for 380 Main Cross facade request from Tyler Snyder and Matthew Baker. Welcome.
How you guys doing? Nice to see you guys again. Tyler Snyder. So, yeah, 380. If you can't tell, Dave is out of our building now. We're clearing out this whole space. Wanted to revamp the whole thing. So particularly on the outside, 3 new doors on the front, 1 on the back. They're all in really bad shape. I'm not sure if there's some pictures coming up, but redoing some of the windows, redoing some of the seals, kind of put some paint around it to attract some really good tenants. A lot of these are specifically recommended by a PRG leasing broker that we've already come and walked through the space with, and so we feel pretty confident in his recommendations for the improvements. So we're excited to get it rolling. We've had it for a couple years now. 2 very important spaces, I think, on the strip for retail. So that's why we're here today.
All of that was provided in your packet, all the
Yes.
pictures. So they are requesting or have the cost estimates for all the work, the 3 exterior doors, place windows, seal storefront windows, repaint exterior in front, both storefront doors, install 8 window shutters in the front. It's $14,175.46, of which the commission, they're asking for you to do the maximum, which is 50% of the cost. It's $7,087.73, but you don't actually do that until they provide proof of the expenses.
And I make a motion that we approve the grant, the application.
We have a motion by John Spencer. Is there a second?
I'll second.
A second by Anita Payton. Is there any further discussion? Ask for a vote to approve. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks for coming, appreciate it.
Is there anyone signed up for public comment? No public comments. Moving on to the consultant report with the Wheatley Group. Jill?
Thank you. I have a couple of updates to the report that I sent out to you with the meeting packet. One is about Green Alley. So at the time that I did the report, we were still waiting on the final kind of inspection with the live plantings. That's what was left on the bank stabilization project. So Riley's Excavating came out and did that. The engineer signed off on it. Tony has also signed off on it. So I have for you, just not on the agenda, but part of my report, a certificate of substantial completion, as well as a change order. The change order is to actually shore up some of the dollar amounts because their cost came in less than what they originally did. And so their bid and contract was for $145,300, but at the end, their cost came in at $127,100. So the change order is actually a contract decrease, just to make sure all the numbers work out. And that's a decrease of $18,200.
I'm asking this question based on the concern of a particular person, but there's not been any indication that any of that work has been compromised since it's been done, right? You haven't,
No,
failure in the upholding of the edges, nothing eroding, nothing falling away, as far as you know?
not that I'm aware of, and the engineer, you hired HWC to
Yep.
oversee that, inspect that, and Zach Klein with HWC went out there either the end of last week or beginning of this week. He sent me his documentation yesterday. So I think at the end of last week, they were out there to perform all their final inspections, and they've signed off on all.
Nice, and we've had plenty of weather activity to suggest that that could have been compromised.
We've had
so-
snow, we've had rain,
Yeah.
we've had.
Great, well, thank you very much.
Yes. So I don't know if you want to do these in two separate motions, but I have a change order number 1, which is a decrease in the amount of $18,200 to approve, and I also have a certificate of substantial completion that both need signature of the commission president on those.
So you need a motion?
Yes, please.
I make a motion to approve the change order decrease.
He can do both of them.
Are we doing them both together?
Oh, okay.
Whatever you all want to do. The change order and a substantial completion.
All right,
Substantial completion report.
all right. We have a motion, a second.
We'll wait till Chuck sits down and participates in this.
Welcome, Chuck.
Hey, Chuck.
Check.
So we're voting on a change order that reduces the amount of the cost for the Greenway Park Bank Stabilization Project.
Okay.
Went down about $18,000, and to approve payment of that.
Sorry, I'm late.
It's okay. Change order number 1, as John said, it decreases the contract amount to $127,100, and then certificate of substantial completion. So you all have a motion?
We're asking for a second.
Second.
We have a second by John Spencer. Is there any further discussion? Ask for a vote to approve. All those in favor, please say aye. Motion passes.
Okay, thank you.
Jill, you updated the minutes to reflect that Chuck Deaton is now.
I have. Thank you.
Thank you.
Green Alley improvements, I sent that, this is an update from my report. The field survey work is complete, the mapping has been developed, and HMB is working on conceptual design and intends to present their findings at the March Redevelopment Commission meeting. Just to remind you that we've asked them to do some surveying and look at that area to see if it's possible to put any type of sidewalk, make any improvements to that alley to help facilitate pedestrian traffic from the new apartments to the square to downtown Charleston. And then, as you can see, the Short Street building, the demo began last week.
Stats.
Yeah.
And so as of now, everything as far as the building has been demoed, hauled away, as well as removal of fencing and trees along that chain link fence that was on the back. And there was some volunteer trees that had grown up around that. So they're breaking up and hauling off the floor this week. They were hoping to get done this week. They didn't know how the weather today was going to affect them. So they also need to spread topsoil, seed, and straw, and remove any temporary fencing and final cleanup. So I'll ask them about the wooden fence, because I think that was supposed to go to, and it's still there. I don't think that'll be hard for them to remove. Let's see. Also, that I sent in your packet, and I have an extra copy if anybody wants it, the letter that the Redevelopment Commission received from Duke Energy, inviting anyone to attend this open house of some projects that they're going to do in and around properties that the city and Redevelopment Commission owns. That's going to be February 25th between 4 and 7 at Ivy Tech Community College. They plan to build 2 new 345 kilovolt transmission lines. Those will connect to a new Clark County logistics substation, to an existing transmission line and the existing speed state substation. Each of those lines will be about 9 miles long. So if anyone didn't get that in their packet or wants a copy of that, I've got one here and it has the maps in there as well. We've also updated the commission's cash flow related to current projects, proposed projects, and we will be working or are working on the annual report that is due to Department of Local Government Finance on or before April 15th, which we help the clerk treasurer's office prepare and they actually upload in the DLGF system. If you all have any questions, I'll be glad to.
Thanks as always for that very thorough report, Joey. That makes our lives a lot easier, doesn't it?
Yes, thank you.
Are you okay with the attachments? Because I sent, if somebody sends me inspection report or attachments or pictures, then I'll put those in the report. I thought the Forest Edge does a nice job.
Yeah.
United also sent something
No, I appreciate
as
it.
well. Okay. I don't want to clog up your inboxes with junk.
Hey, this is good stuff, you know, we're doing good
The
stuff.
pictures are nice.
So it's okay.
A lot of them. So.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Thank you for the report, Jill. We have no old business. Moving on to new business. First item is the Underproduction Multimedia LLC.
This is being submitted under production, as you know, has been helping us with, in the city in general, with their media and being able to broadcast meetings and have those live streamed. At certain points in time, I think redevelopment pays for some of that. This year, the city has decided to disperse that, have actual agreements for all the different bodies that need to have their meetings live streamed and have a record of that. And so they've asked Under Productions to provide a contract to each of those bodies. And this is the one for redevelopment. I know one was executed for the sewer board last week, and I'm assuming, I'm gonna look at you, Chuck, if one had been done for city council too yet. Probably the Under Productions
I think it's coming out.
contract. So,
It's gonna come up in March, I believe.
I make a motion we approve that contract.
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? Call for a vote to approve. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Thank you. Next item on the new business, Short Street, Conlon's request for proposal quote.
so Short Street Commons, the RFPQ, we talked about what we're gonna do after that's demoed. And Taylor Seeker Williams was here at your last meeting to present the vision for the Commons and a couple of areas on the square. We would like to go ahead and move forward with phase 1 of the Commons and do that as a build, operate, transfer project. That's similar to how we handled the construction of Shadow Lake. We also did the relocation of the wastewater collection line that was in conflict with Forest Edge that way. For those of you that might remember that. So what I'm asking permission from this body is if you allow me to prepare one of those or get an RFPQ request for proposals and qualifications. And then also put together a timeline and anything else that might be necessary for you to consider that at your March meeting. And use that as a method of procurement to see, you know, to get that Commons project started. I don't think we can't do, there's a lot of timing involved in getting it ready. There's also timing in regarding the activities and things that the city has on the square. So if we can get that process started now, then we can get a price and see if it's feasible, if we can afford it, and if we need to explore other financing options, and just get that started now.
You need a motion?
Yes, please.
Make a motion, we move forward with the Commons project.
A motion by Chuck D. Is there a second?
I second.
Second by Bobby. Is there any further discussion? Call for a vote to approve. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you. Is the third item part of that as well, or is it the same thing?
Well, there's still more on the other.
Okay.
So as part of that, there is generally a selection committee that is part of that RFPQ process, where the proposals come in or the qualifications come in, and the committee reviews and scores those. I am speaking to the mayor. I know she is hoping to attend later. She said that if you would allow, she'd like to be a part of that. I know, Chuck, you were part of the visioning process with that as well. And Derek, I don't know if you'd like to be on that committee. Those are just suggestions. You all decide who's on the committee.
Yeah, I would like to be.
I'd like to stay involved if I could.
So if I could have a motion to approve that too. The
Motion to
selection committee.
approve. Those interested to be on the committee for the review proposals for the Short Street project.
I make a motion to approve.
A second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
The next thing is different than that, even though they all have pretty much the same name on the agenda.
Okay.
The next one has to do with the actual request for proposal that we would submit for the part that we want to be more of a public-private partnership. The Commons is the public area. And we've always discussed that what a vision we'd like to have to see on that site. Part of that was in the vision for the Commons, to have some building or something there. We're not quite ready to send that out yet to potential developers, but in preparation, I just wanted to get permission to move forward with getting some quotes or information together about that lot is in 3 parcels, separate parcels. So normally we would combine those if we were going to RFP for all of that, and then have it all combined to make it easier to transfer like we did with Forest Edge. Hopefully it won't be as complex as Forest Edge was, and probably 20 or more parcels in that project. But then we'll also need to split that into what the city's going to keep and then what you would put out in RFP. So eventually it's going to be two parcels instead of 3. So I just wanted to get your permission to move forward and start getting some quotes on that, as well as quotes for a survey for that.
So I think you're gonna see a lot of stuff coming in up there. Jill's been working on a whole lot, prior, present, and future. I think if you're gonna move forward with one thing, I think we gotta move forward with all of it. So I'll make that motion that she can keep going forward with everything.
I'll second
I like it. We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Call for a vote to approve. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank
Thank you. Next item on new business, the Family Activities Park Master Plan.
The Short Street Park.
Oh, I skipped another one?
Yeah, there's 3 short streets. I'm sorry, Derek. And Brian Smith's here with the city to give an update on.
Sorry, Brian.
No, yeah, you're good. Just skip right over. So we finished the Patronicity campaign. Our goal was $50,000. Thankfully, we had 44 generous patrons, and we exceeded that amount, raised $62,985.
I think that deserves a round of applause. Right?
Thank you for that.
Yeah, so like with the match, we also have to pay like a little bit of fees. We have $110,190.94 to go toward the project. I'm waiting back to hear from one grant, a T-Mobile grant. I was talking with Jill, I'm looking at some other grants, and what they really want is kind of that shovel-ready for these other grants, especially if we want to get this done this year. So just, making a request for, I guess, the final design and to get an actual cost that we need for the project, so we can move forward with finishing the funding.
And I requested a proposal from Taylor Seeker Williams Design Group, since they did the visioning on Short Street, to ask them to look at the parklet. They were finalizing some numbers that they thought would get you a better price on that today. and I don't have that, so I can bring that to you at the next meeting, if you're
That's not
if
gonna
you're so
cause,
inclined.
that's causing a problem with the deadlines, though, what you're asking about?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No. I think our ultimate goal is to have it completed by Christmas.
So we don't need action tonight, is what you're saying? Or we-
No, I'd hoped that we
Gotcha,
would be able to
okay.
take action tonight, but I don't have that to present.
No, that's fine, I just,
So
you
we'll
just give us a
wait till
report,
March,
basically.
but
Okay.
as long as you can, I mean, if you're okay with concept, you'll see it, you'll
Yeah.
see that.
Great. It's exciting, thank you.
Thank you, Brian.
Thank you for your hard work.
Yeah. Staying here for the next one too, so.
Oh, you're up for that.
And I appreciate it.
Next item, the Family Activities Park Master Plan. Brian?
Just also want to mention, the city was awarded a $250,000 award from the Southern Indiana Tourism. This is from their Tourism Capital Development Fund, and this is going toward the Family Activities Parks. That's what we wrote the grant for. The grant was written kind of for the concepts of phase 2 of the depot, and then also other facility upgrades within the Family Activities Park. So just wanted to share that information, and then I think as part of this is taking that community feedback before we spend that $250,000, so we can hear what the community wants us to spend money on. So just want to get that update before it goes on.
Thank you. And then Sal is here to present the rest of it.
So what you've got in your packet is, thank you, Jill.
Sir, this is the updated ones, they have it in front of them.
Yeah. We are gonna evaluate the existing conditions at the Family Activities Park and see what could potentially be modified or upgraded in the putt-putt area, the splash pad area, and what amenities could potentially be added to the extra space that you have there. This contract will include 3 stakeholder/planning meetings, public input survey, evaluation of the current conditions, our recommendations, and final deliverables with our recommendations and renderings. And that would be August 1st. That's given us a couple of extra weeks in there since we modified it from the original contract, and we'll get it done as soon as possible.
So, this is just a description, so the contract, we don't have to sign this because I noticed the update still has 2024 in a couple of days, so.
Well, and I think they generally will provide us with an actual
Yeah, that's what
agreement.
I figured, this is just.
So if you are willing to, approve the commission president to sign that agreement, once we received it and our attorneys looked at it, then I think that'll help this move forward a little quicker than having to wait until next month. But that's really up to you.
No, I make a motion, we move ahead with this.
I'll second that.
Motion and second. Any further discussion? Call for a vote to approve. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Chuck, do you make that motion and he second or vice versa?
He made it, I'll second it.
Okay.
Next item up for discussion is Charlestown Comprehensive Plan.
The city did their most recent comprehensive plan in 2016. A lot of things have changed in Charlestown, and there's a lot of new development projects on the horizon in areas that I don't think were even contemplated at the time of 2016. Update was done, or comp plan was done. The city received a proposal from Taylor Seeker Williams Design Group to do an update of the comprehensive plan as well as the Charlestown zoning ordinances. Those are generally updated every 10 to 15 years, comp plans in general. It's time for that, but you've also done a lot of things that were in the comp plan, so it's time to look at new areas, and it's probably a good time before you really start to develop out by Shadow Lake and north of that to get this taken care of. The mayor is asking if the Redevelopment Commission can participate in the cost, not pay for the whole thing. Someone else through the Board of Public Works is taking care of the zoning ordinances, which is about $50,000 to update those. The comp plan itself is less than $50,000, $46,500. There are some optional tasks here. I'm not sure which of those the mayor and city council want to do. but I'm asking if the redevelopment commission would like to partner in the cost of that overall comp plan and trust.
46,000?
I would say 50, not to exceed $50,000, just to give you a number, because I'm not sure what of these options, there's some additional public meetings in there and some other things.
I did talk to Treva a little bit about this, as well as brought up in the city council meeting. I know there's gonna be some stuff come up at a later date too, so, I mean, I think it was one of the departments upstairs that's gonna take care of a large chunk of that. So, I think we should be a part of that. I think it's helped us in the past and it'll help us moving forward. Especially it's been, I think she said around 15 years since we've done something.
Well, redevelopment participated in the 2016 plan, I'm pretty sure, based on what I remember, because I was on it then, so. Yeah, no, I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
No, I mean, it's for the entire city. I think it's appropriate for different departments within the city to participate in the cost of that.
Yep.
So,
I'll make a motion, we move forward up to $50,000 expenditure with the redevelopment.
I second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Call for a vote to approve. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Thank you. Next item is 501 Market Street parking lot design and engineering proposal.
at our last meeting, we talked about the demo of the H&R Block building, which won't happen until the summer. And rightly so, somebody said, well, what are we doing to move forward with the parking lot? And so I reached out to American Structure Point, who's doing the specs for the demo of that building, as well as Short Street, and asked them if they would be interested. You signed an agreement for them to do that, the demo last meeting. Asked them if they would be interested in providing us with a fee to do the design of the parking lot and the bidding and the construction observation. They are very interested in that. The holdup is they're trying to figure out if they want to do an addendum to their original contract, whether that has what's best for them and for us at that point in time. So they're still looking through that. It's not a big rush. We can wait till March, but I don't have that yet. I mean, it should come
So
to
we were
March.
incorporating both the demo and
Potentially.
parking, okay.
We'll see if we want to amend the original agreement or if we want to just do a new agreement.
Right.
But yes, they would take
But
care
they're
of all
gonna
of
do
it.
both things, okay.
Mhm.
What's amazing to me is that we're already at this point. It seems like we just bought the property and felt like it was gonna be forever before we got past the lease agreement. Just time's gone way too fast. But it's a good thing, it's a
It
good
is
thing.
a good thing. I just wanted to update.
Thank you.
When does their lease end?
At the end of April.
I'm gonna say April, wasn't it?
It's the end of April,
Tax
which
season.
is the end of, tax season for most people, so. And then I've got, you already agreed to have enviroforensics when we did the hazardous materials testing on the Short Street building to do that. So as soon as we know that they're out in April, sometime in May, we'll have them go ahead and do that and get started on the demo specs and bids and all that.
You need a motion on this?
Nope.
Last item of new business, the rehabilitation of the arts and enrichment facility on Water Street.
The arts and enrichment facility is in need of refurbishment. A lot of different things, in particular, some are being taken care of already by the city owns it, but there are some large ticket items that need to be looked at, in particular, flooring replacement, HVAC repair replacement, kitchen renovation, and that doesn't touch the upstairs, it's just the areas that people use. I know some of you probably attend things there, events there, meetings there. Some of the other things that are also been looking at are some of the restrooms and some ceiling repairs already being done. The mayor had asked if redevelopment would help in making some of those repairs and participate in the cost of some of those repairs up to $300,000 in hopes of working that similar to how we did the depot at Family Activities Park where redevelopment would pay and everything else would go through, whether it's bidding or quotes, would go through Board of Works and city. But if redevelopment would help participate in some of those costs.
We'd be paying for that as we go, like we have done
Yes.
with the Family Activities Park.
That's correct.
So we'd be looking to share the third part of the 300.
We would be asked to pay up to $300 for those renovations. I don't know that there are specific quotes for some of those things yet, so we don't have estimates on those, but those larger ticket items is what we're looking at.
See, Jill, I can jump in.
Yeah, please, Brian.
So like, so far, the city staff has already converted or remodeled 2 of the 3 restrooms. And I will say, the park staff and myself presented that to the senior citizens group. We got a loud round of applause. It was,
Oh, yeah, I bet.
it was, I'm like, oh, that's nice. The 3rd restroom is currently being converted into a true handicap accessible bathroom, and that should be completed, I think, end of this week, maybe early next week.
That's one off the nursery, right? Back there,
Yes, yes, or right, yeah, once you're.
yeah. They call it the nursery.
Yeah. And then the city staff has purchased flooring. I think that's gone through the, let's see, I think I wrote down which fund it came from. The Property Improvement Fund and the Parks Revenue Fund. So they're doing flooring from the kitchen all the way to the Kuma room. And that's going to be done by city staff as well. And then Lazaro Painting has been contracted to do painting on the main floor throughout, kitchen, dining room, hallway, all of that. And I think that's it on that.
When you say city staff, Brian, I'm assuming you mean
Yeah, our labor
team,
group,
yeah,
yes,
okay.
yes.
This is not, I don't want a formal response to this question, but I know that originally, when we purchased that building back in like 2007, I think, something like that, there was some hope that some revenue could be generated from that. And I think that's been spotty over the years, but now recently, I think you guys have done a better job, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Carrie, the parks director, she has been looking
Yeah.
at just about every weekend throughout the year. And then throughout the week, there have been some different groups that use different meeting rooms as well.
Some people's got to rent it for the rest of the year.
Yeah, well, that's what I was gonna say, so I think then these improvements will recoup some of that cost, just through the fact that we can probably rent it to more people, and, yeah, so I think that's awesome, we've got a lot of use out of that building, and, you know, I'm a particular beneficiary, because Lions Club has a place, and we were very thankful for that, and I will always state that publicly, because I actually went to, this is relevant, I went to the Borden Lions Club meeting last night, first time I'd done that, and they have a community center building also, it's been there for a few years, and their Lions Club meets in there. It's not, it's a shared space. We have more of a committed space, but it's another example of where the city partnership with the civic group has really done a lot of good. So I really just want to say that I appreciate that, and I'm all for this renovation project.
Yeah, it's a beautiful venue. I think even the stained glass windows, we're looking at replacing because there's multi-colors on there. We're looking to change it to just a royal blue, so it matches the Charlestown colors and gives us a good feel of.
It's kind of nice having a place where you've got plenty of room for people to come up in the city. They're staying in the city, you're not having to go to Clarksville to rent something, or Jeff, or any other township around. I mean, we have community events, community people that want to come up and rent something in our community, we want to keep it nice as well, so.
Yep. Thanks,
Thank you,
Brian.
Brian.
So you need a,
Yes, please.
I say we make a motion to help with the rehabilitation of the arts and enrichment facility for up to $300,000.
we have a motion by Chuck, is there a second?
A second.
Second by Bobby, any further discussion? Ask for a vote to approve, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes, thank you.
Make a motion, we adjourn.
There's no further discussion, we have a motion to adjourn, is there a second? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.